YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, once again, Jake Paul is at it again. He crashes legendary, retired Hall of Famer, former pound-for-pound king, former pay-per-view king, 5-division world champion, superstar boxer, who will be taking on his brother, Logan Paul, in an exhibition bout next Sunday, June 6th, in Miami, Florida. We know at the initial press conference between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, Jake Paul, he snatched Floyd Mayweather's hat, and it turned into a whole altercation in which Floyd Mayweather, he got physical and things happened. He's big on respect. So once again, Floyd Mayweather is having a press conference to talk about the fight, and Jake Paul takes it upon himself once again to crash the press conference, and he starts to say, "Got your press conference," then he starts interrupting, and he starts telling Floyd Mayweather, my brother is going to do this, my brother's going to do that, completely interrupting Floyd Mayweather's press conference. So once again, Floyd Mayweather, who's big, huge on respect, he's not used to this type of antics, okay? He's not used to, these types of things taking place. Now, he's used to going back and forth with his opponent, but Floyd Mayweather's not used to going back and forth with the opponent's entourage, because essentially, Jake Paul, he competes, and Jake Paul, he has his own exhibition bouts and things of that nature, but Jake Paul is not in the fight with Floyd Mayweather. It's his brother Logan Paul. So essentially, he's part of the entourage, and he continues to get access, and he continues to interrupt and do these things with Floyd Mayweather. So he goes in, interrupts Floyd Mayweather, and starts screaming, "I got your mic, got your press conference." Floyd Mayweather this time he just stayed cool, calm, and collective. He's like, "Okay, no problem, we understand." And Jake Paul continues to go on, and he's like, "My brother's going to do this, my brother's going to knock you out," so on and so forth. He's adding an entertainment element to it, but for Floyd Mayweather, who's an old school boxer, remember, Floyd Mayweather turned professional in 1996, okay? He's been a professional longer than Jake Paul, before Jake Paul was even born. So Floyd Mayweather is big on respect in the sport of boxing. He's not, he don't understand. Now, he understands marketing, and some people could say, well, you get what you asked for. You was looking for this, and now you're going to get it. You understand? But, he's going to take this very, very personal, and he's making it very, very bad for Logan Paul. Now, maybe Floyd Mayweather, he would have looked at it as, an exhibition, and just that, and leave it as such, okay? But no, Jake Paul is making it bad for Logan Paul. Jake Paul is only 24 years of age. Floyd Mayweather started boxing in 1996. So he started boxing over 30 years ago. Okay, so Floyd Mayweather has been a professional, like I said, longer than Jake Paul has been alive. Okay, so Floyd Mayweather this is going to be very, very bad for Logan Paul. Floyd Mayweather is going to make sure that, we already see him training now. We see him, obviously he stays in shape, but not in tip-top boxing shape, in competitive shape, right? Now Floyd Mayweather is going to take this 1,000% serious, and Floyd Mayweather is going to look to make a statement against Logan Paul, unfortunately. And I know Jake Paul, he's trying to build up a future showdown between himself and Floyd Mayweather. Should Floyd Mayweather beat Logan Paul, obviously most people expect him to beat Logan Paul, as I do. But what it is that Jake Paul is seen as the better boxer than Logan Paul, okay? And Jake Paul just signed a huge deal with Showtime. He's trying to market it. He's trying to get a fight with Floyd Mayweather. He wants to, be in the mix, obviously. He likes the attention. And, what better way than to do it with one of the biggest athletes, if not the the biggest athlete in the history of sports, most recognizable. Okay, now obviously we got Muhammad Ali, and we have Mike Tyson, and we have, Michael Jordan. Now Floyd Mayweather is up there, and what better way to make a splash and draw attention to yourself by continuously to do things to provoke Floyd Mayweather, right? It went viral when he took Floyd Mayweather's hat, and essentially Floyd Mayweather, he put hands on Jake Paul, okay, and now Jake Paul, he decides he got access. He knows where the press conference is. He knows what's going on. Obviously, Logan Paul's his brother, so he's aware of what's taking place. And guess what he does? He interrupts it, right? He goes and he crashes Floyd Mayweather's press conference. So let's just listen to what Jake Paul had to say, with this situation and what took place, okay?
Floyd is doing like a little interview right now on stage of this app called Clubhouse. I'm gonna sneak on stage. I say, got your stage. Let's see how this goes. And then it's just certain fights.
So you can hear, you heard Jake Paul playing this out, right? And now you can hear Floyd Mayweather. He's talking in the press conference.
Hey Floyd, yes. Got your stage. Okay, it's cool. Hey.
So obviously it went a lot farther than that. But you heard what Floyd Mayweather say. He said, "Okay, it's cool. He's just trying to, just calm the situation down. He's just trying to ignore him, and push him into the point of irrelevancy, so people don't pay him any attention. Because if Floyd Mayweather acknowledges him fully, then that's where all the attention is going to go to. So you can see Floyd Mayweather. He's saying, "Okay, it's cool. Do what you want." So obviously, I'm not going to play the entire clip, but it elevated, and he continued to interrupt it, overtalk everybody, and just make a scene. So, but like I said, you see Floyd Mayweather. From reports, Floyd Mayweather has Jake Paul. Logan Paul is about 6'2", so he's a very big guy. He would be considered a heavyweight if he boxed. Floyd Mayweather obviously is a welterweight. Campaigned at junior middleweight 154 at a few times, 3 times in his career. So Floyd Mayweather has brought in big sparring partners, 6'3", 6'2", 6'4". Floyd Mayweather is taking this very serious. He's going to look to make a statement out of Logan Paul, and if the opportunity arises and present itself, Floyd Mayweather will take the Jake Paul fight, because it would be huge. He beats Logan Paul. Obviously, Jake Paul. It was said that Jake Paul would not be allowed to attend the Logan Paul fight after the antics that took place with taking Floyd Mayweather's hat. But since then, it has been reported that he would be cleared. So they want the antics, okay? Floyd Mayweather, not so much. But to build up the fight, to get attention to it, to draw attention to it, this is what they want. And so to bring in Floyd Mayweather, who's the biggest athlete in the world, arguably, and you bring in one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, 2 of them, the brothers, Logan Paul and Jake Paul, well then it just makes for entertainment, a huge entertainment. It's for success, okay? So they understand that. So Logan Paul initially stated that Jake Paul wouldn't be allowed. He was banned. And then Jake Paul said that he's been allowed, and he heard Leonard Ellerbe, CEO of Mayweather Promotions, he says that they don't have a problem with the kid. They're going to let him in. Floyd Mayweather said he's just looking for some attention. So obviously, Floyd Mayweather beats Logan Paul. Obviously, Jake Paul is going to make a scene. Then you'll probably see Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather. Now that Jake Paul has signed a huge multi-million dollar deal with Showtime, probably see Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul on Showtime as another exhibition. Floyd Mayweather is making hundreds of millions of dollars to do exhibitions. He's 44 years of age. He's not going to compete in the ranking systems as Manny Pacquiao is still doing, as he's going to take on Errol Spence Jr. But Floyd Mayweather, he's going to go this route. He's always a believer in work smarter, not harder. This is easy money for him. It's not in the ranking system. Not going to go against his box rec. So why not? So you expect a huge scene made from Jake Paul after Floyd Mayweather knocks out or stops Logan Paul. But make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like the shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Ebony Bridges, Blonde Bomber, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.